So this video is long overdue. I should have made it back when it was relevant, but for reasons I'll get into in a moment, I didn't, and that was a mistake. Around 2014, that guy with the glasses, now known as Channel Awesome, was doing a talent pickup. There were only two rules for that pickup, those being that you had to be over 18 and you couldn't just be sitting in front of a camera talking. The first person to be accepted onto the site broke the second rule, as a majority of his content was just him sitting in front of a camera talking. As I recall, the reaction was mostly negative, from the moment he got onto the site till he took his hiatus. The 2 to 3 star ratings his videos would get reflects this. And at the time, I thought it was a good idea to make a video voicing my own and the public's frustration about this. The reaction my video got was extremely negative, and it actually scared me off from making any other videos of the kind. The following will be an explanation of my thought process while making the video, the effect it had, addressing some criticisms, and where I stand now. So, as conceited as it sounds, let me talk about myself for a moment. My name is Joseph James Haywood Russitano, but ever since I was a kid, everyone's called me Joey Hollywood because Russitano is too Italian for some, and Haywood sounds like Hollywood if you're deaf. When I first started on YouTube, I went under the username Joey Hollywood. I was just like most people at the time, just a kid with a webcam, and occasionally I'd upload short films that were probably the worst things ever to be put on this site. I never really started taking YouTube seriously till around 2011, when I tried to bring up the quality of my videos and in my mind make them a bit more professional. It was around this time that I kept on getting compared to Jeremy Jahns, and nothing against Jahns, I just don't want to be compared to him. I want to stand out on my own. I want people to recognize me as Joey Hollywood. And it was also around this time that I noticed that my fellow YouTube reviewers were taking themselves way too seriously. They were talking like they were Roger Ebert instead of a YouTube reviewer. And they had a level of arrogance that I found a little funny. It was this that inspired me to turn Joey Hollywood into a character. A sort of satire of what all those reviewers were kind of doing. I think you can really see the transformation of my character through my videos. I went from being a nice, friendly guy to being very arrogant, blunt, and started dressing in a tie and vest. I based this character on Groucho Marx and various Bruce Campbell characters. I think one of the problems with this is I never told anyone that Joey Hollywood was no longer me, but now a character. Now the things I say in these videos are genuinely my opinion, but it's the way I say them where the character comes into play. Similar to Brad Jones's Cinema Snob character, which is a satire of Roger Ebert reviewing video nasties. At some point during this whole thing, I tried to create a less restrained character of Joey Hollywood that went by Bad Joey, who was, for lack of a better term, a complete asshole. This character was only used in 2 videos. The first met with a lot of praise, the second with a lot of backlash. As I say all this, I do realize how convoluted it sounds, but bear with me. When trying to write the thoughts on Stuckman video, I was encouraged by my peers to use the Bad Joey character because the first video was loved so much at the time. A lot of people viewed the video as an attack on Chris Stuckman, while even in the video itself I say it's not. Before I wrap this up, I want to say this is not a personal attack on Chris Stuckman. I've received criticisms that I've lied about Stuckman, and that's simply untrue. All the stuff you see in the video is stuff that was corroborated by video evidence from Stuckman's own videos. And when I do have a suspicion or an opinion, I bluntly point that out as my opinion. The only detail that I got wrong is when I suggested that Stuckman did not direct any feature films, and to a degree I was correct. But I also mistakenly interpreted feature films as being actual distributed movies. I was corrected by Stuckman that one of those 2 features was an Indiana Jones fan film and the other was an unreleased horror movie. I corrected these facts in the comments, the description, and in annotations in the video. A lot of criticisms I've received over this video revolve around the idea that I'm jealous of Chris Stuckman. Some people actually go out of their way to write how many subscribers both him and I have as evidence that I'm jealous of him. And most of these people have way less subscribers than me. So by that logic, they're jealous of me. Or by that, anyone who criticizes Trump is jealous of him. Hell, some of these people who said I'm jealous made videos about the Fine Brothers in React World. And were just as bad as my video on Stuckman and that guy with the glasses. But I didn't think they were jealous of the Fine Brothers, because that's stupid. In the video I called Stuckman a dickweed, and this upset a lot of people, including Stuckman. This was a reference to my favorite TV show, Mystery Science Theater 3000, and no one really got that. My bad, I should have handled it much better.
Is dickweed a swear word? No.
Yes.
Yes.
No.
No.
I wish I phrased myself better when I discussed my feelings on vlogs. I don't hate vlogs, my girlfriend is a vlogger, and we would have never have met if it wasn't for her vlogs. I do not think poorly of the vlogging community. Other than that, I pretty much stand by my statements. Another big thing people have said is that I only made the video about Stuckman to get views. While I do hope that my videos resonate with people, I did not make the video for the sole purpose of using Stuckman's name to gain attention. I made the video because I felt that guy with the glasses did something wrong, and I wanted to voice my opinion. The title was not clickbait. It was literally my thoughts on Chris Stuckman joining that guy with the glasses. So a majority of the criticism I've gotten for this video has come from one individual, who I won't mention by name because he currently has 16,000 subscribers, which means I'm obviously jealous of him. Which is also really funny because despite having an intricate, detailed knowledge of my video, he claims he's never seen it. This individual has repeatedly said that I should pay Chris Stuckman the revenue I made off the video about him. He claims that I stole from him. But there's a little thing my video falls under called fair use by section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. I'm completely in the right to use the footage that I used because it falls under criticism and satire, which is fair use. It's the same thing that allows you to use clips in your videos, so by your logic, you should pay John Carpenter for the clips you used in this video. But you know what? This video's been up since 2014. I've only made about 10 bucks off of it. That means so little to me in the grand scheme of things. Sure, fine. I'll send Stuckman the money. He can buy himself a Subway sandwich with it or something.
Man, thank you, Joey, for that wonderful meal you just bought me. And, nothing else really. I mean, geez. What a cheapskate. Using my image. How dare you? How dare you use my image? How dare you use my... I don't care. You can use my image. It's fine.
What was that, Chris Stuckman? In my video? Oh, we don't like each other. And you know what? After working together, I'm still not particularly fond of him.
You know, that's alright, Joey, because I'm not the biggest fan of you either.
Crazy! It's almost like people with differing opinions online can put their differences aside and work together. Nah, just kidding. Me and Chris Stuckman are best friends now. We're co-writing a book about communist hot dogs and PJs. It's gonna be great. The thing is, I was not Channel Awesome material at the time. I did not feel like I deserved to be on That Guy with the Glasses, because I simply didn't produce enough content. And the only reason why I entered the talent pickup, because I thought it would be fun. I saw so many people who were eligible for the pickup that got passed up for a guy who didn't meet the criteria. Since then, Stuckman's videos have improved and now meet the requirements for the original talent pickup. But you gotta understand, at the time, there was a lot of speculation that the contest was rigged. Since then, I've lost a considerable amount of respect for That Guy with the Glasses. Not because of the whole Chris Stuckman thing, but because various email leaks, creators' stories of mistreatment while working under the Channel Awesome label. It's honestly shocking that it hasn't gotten bigger than it has. And to be quite honest, I'm glad the people that I thought should have gotten picked up didn't, due to the negative stigma the site now has. There's the video where Doug Walker says he doesn't like to make behind-the-scenes videos or explanations because he feels like it's unprofessional.
And we don't usually go into behind-the-scenes business stuff, because we figure it's not professional, it's not a good thing to do, but...
And I'm not saying he's lying, but if he actually believes that, then he is so misguided. Because every issue that's come up with That Guy with the Glasses could have been easily remedied by addressing the public's opinions and concerns. Even if they were in the wrong, a public apology looks a hell of a lot better than ignoring the issue. Honestly, I feel like Doug Walker doesn't quite understand the criticisms laid against him most of the time. Nothing illustrated that more than this video.
Yeah, it's a different kind of reviewing to get a lot of hits. But that's not traditional. How the hell can you do a review with no clips? Similar to how other critics did for hundreds of years. No, it's not a review. It's just sketches. You're not saying anything about the movie at all.
Our writing is atrocious and makes no goddamn sense, but you'll laugh because we always use synchronized movement.
Yeah, no commentary in the slightest.
No, Doug. Your fans aren't upset that you're critiquing films in a different way. They're upset that your reviews are not as well written. You have some really great concepts in these new reviews, but it's the execution of them that is not very good. And when I hear Doug defend some of these things, it honestly reminds me of George Lucas defending Jar Jar Binks.
Your reviews, they have more variety, actors, and visuals. Well, yeah, you gotta evolve in order to stay relevant.
Do I still respect Doug Walker? To a degree, yes. The same way I respect George Lucas for inspiring an entire generation with Star Wars. But that doesn't mean I defend his mistakes, or pretend they aren't mistakes. In conclusion, I want to apologize to both the fans of Chris Stuckman and Chris Stuckman himself. But I want to make it clear, extremely clear, that I am not apologizing for criticizing him. No one is above criticism. Not myself, not Chris Stuckman. No one is exempt from criticism, especially critics. What I'm apologizing for is the manner in which I made the video. It was mishandled, and I admit that. Honestly, I believe that if you go into this video knowing it's a character, it can be really, really funny. But I can also see how it can be viewed as an attack. Looking back, I should have been more straightforward with the video. I apologize for not making this video sooner. The original intention was to make a video for each person who was accepted onto that guy with the glasses, which would have been a great thing to do because some of the people who were brought onto the site didn't meet the criteria, but I liked them. So it would have added an interesting dynamic while talking about it. Because I obviously didn't like Chris Stuckman, but if I talked about something similar, about someone I did like getting onto the site, it could have had an interesting balance. But to be quite honest, I really didn't know how to respond to the backlash, and I retreated, which I think made the situation worse. So basically that's it. I wanted to make this video before I move on to bigger and better things. I'm planning on moving my channel into a more entertainment-driven area, and leaving the reviews kind of in the back seat. I'm still going to make them, they're just not going to be the main focus of the channel anymore. And if you honestly believe that I'm jealous of Chris Stuckman, go down in the comment section and voice your opinion. But remember, there's also people that believe the world is flat. Alright, so full disclosure, the part of the video where I said I was going to give Stuckman the $10, I was originally planning on doing that. I was getting the money ready to PayPal him or whatever, and he said, you know what, it doesn't matter. It's just $10. And I suppose I could have changed the script to accommodate that, but I thought it was funny and we just left the bit as is. So I didn't actually give him the money, but he was the one who suggested it because I was all set to do it. Also, he sent me a bunch of alternate takes for his cameo in the video, which I'll put after this little thing that I'm doing right now. I'm sure there's someone out there going like, I'm sure there's someone out there that's going to say that I'm bringing this back up for attention or whatever because people are petty. But like, really, this whole thing was to give me peace of mind. Like because like I said, I'm moving my video into a more entertainment-driven area, and I just felt like I felt like I had to do this. So this is really not for anyone but myself, just to put this out there. Yeah, because you know I'm currently doing an Indiegogo and stuff, and I just felt like having internet drama on my YouTube channel. I had to put it to rest, is the way I felt, and that was a big reason why Stuckman was in this, because we wanted to establish that, you know, like, hey, internet drama is stupid. If we can get along, you can too. You know, that kind of thing. I mean, we're not best friends or nothing, but that's this is what it is. So after this, there's a couple alternate takes that Stuckman did. If you're interested, some of them are pretty funny. Matter of fact, I think the funniest one I didn't even use because it didn't quite match the mood that I was going for. But it's funny. Besides that's it. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time, whatever video that may be. Bye.
Okay, Joey, so I am filming a couple different cuts for you. I did your Subway thing and some other things. So hopefully, you know, you have a wide variety of things to choose from now, because I don't know. I mean, maybe you just want to do a straight up script cut, or maybe you might like one of the other ones. Just for fun. Have a good one, buddy. Happy video making. Man, thank you, Joey, for that wonderful meal you just bought me. And nothing else, really. I mean, geez. What a cheapskate. Using my image. How dare you? How dare you use my image? How dare you? use my... I don't care. You can use my image. It's fine. Man, that was some of the best Subway I've ever had. You bought me an entire meal at Subway because you used my image. Wow. I've never felt more satisfied. Such kindness has been bestowed upon me by Joey Hollywood. Thank you, sir. You know, I appreciate your contribution, Joey. You bought me the Good Burger to Go novel. Thank you so much for that. You know, Joey, I appreciate your contribution. You bought me 2 12-packs of Diet Dr. Pepper caffeine-free. I mean, invaluable. Thank you so much. You know, that's all right, Joey, because I'm not the biggest fan of you either. I'm kidding, you're fine. I like ya.
Yo, Stuckman, you gonna drop dead or something?